Listen, this is a live stream, and if you're new to the channel, all my recent videos are under the live section of this channel. So make sure you go to the live section of this channel and watch the last 3 to 4 months of videos to get caught up on what my two predictions are. Okay. So, my two predictions are that on June 11th, there's going to be some type of spectacular event that's going to change the world on June 11th in the state of Washington. Okay. And I believe it is the biblical beast out of the sea event. Okay. And I know this sounds crazy, but Elvis is the biblical beast out of the sea. And according to the Bible, the beast out of the sea, one of its heads gets a head wound, and the world wonders after this deadly head wound that was healed. Okay. And that is the August 4th event. So June 11th is the Washington State beast out of the sea. The beast out of the sea gets one of its heads, has a head wound. That's the August 4th event that Trump's going to get in the state of Ohio. Okay. And in this video, I'm going to prove that there is a foreshadowing of of this event. Okay. Because let me just tell you this. Okay. So back in 2016, this creature, an absolute creature named Rihanna, who, because I call everyone on, that's famous a creature, okay? Because they've sold their souls to the devil, these people, okay? And so this creature named Rihanna, she put out either a song or an album, okay? Let me see if it's an album or a song. Rihanna album Anti. Okay, it's studio album. Yeah, I think that's the name of the album, Anti. Okay? And someone brought this to my attention, okay? Because they know that I'm predicting that on August 4th, Trump gets his head wound, right? So let me show you this. Or let's see if I have it in my images. I'm not even sure here. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. By the way, I'm not too prepared for this, but let me just show you this. All right. Look at this ridiculous album cover, folks. All right. So this is the name of the album. I mean, it's called Anti. Okay. And notice what, first of all, you see how it looks like it looks like blood red, right? But it's really some type of child's image or something. I don't know what this is, like this part. But anyway, uh, so what is this right here? What does that look like? Someone brought this to my attention. Okay, you know what this? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know what this is? This is a red map of Ohio. Look, you see that? You see what I'm talking about here? This is probably the best one right here. You see that? Look at the blood stain and everything. That's exactly what we were just looking at with this. You see that? You see what I'm talking about? Does anyone agree with what I'm saying here? Because when I saw this, when the person brought this to my attention, I was like, yeah, that's it. You know? And it's called, and the album is called Anti. I mean, how crazy is this? It's called anti. Okay, and you know what anti equals, folks? What does the word anti equal? It equals exactly the word kill. Kill equals exactly the same as the word anti. Every number is the same in gematria. Anti equals kill. All right. So every time they use the word antichrist, it's telling you, kill, uh, Christ. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. The word anti equals the word kill in gematria. So anyway, and when did this album come out? Look at this. 2016. And notice the numbers, 216. What number day of the year is August 4th?
August 4th, 2026 falls on a Tuesday.
August 4th is the 216th day of the year. See? So it came out in 2016. 216, get it? The album. Anti. All right? And it's shaped like Ohio. Okay? And Ohio.
When you're falling behind in physics.
Stupid phone. And like I said, it's blood dripping, and yeah, and that's what the state's called, the motto. What is the motto for the state of Ohio? With God, what? With God, all things are possible. I thought it was the heart of it all. I don't know. Did it change or something? I don't know. Is that what you call it, the motto? But anyway, what else? Oh, I've done so many videos over the years about Ohio, and every single part of Ohio connects to Trump. Okay? Like the 216 area code, which is August 4th, is in Cleveland, Ohio. Trump's birthday, 614 area code is Columbus, Ohio. And the zip codes, the 44, 45, 45, 47 zip codes, like 45047 or 44045, it's all connected to Trump because Trump is the 44th person to become president, but he's the 45th president. 44th person, 45th president, and 47th president, okay? And that's why the 44th president, who was Obama, is born on August 4th, because that's why he had to be connected to the 44. Trump is the 44th person, okay? Obama's the 43rd person, but the 44th president, all right? Anyway, so Obama's born on August 4th. Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. And then Trump makes this miraculous recovery after being pronounced dead on August 4th, and then comes back on August 8th or somewhere around that date. He opens his eyes, okay? Now, there was also something that happened just recently. I'm going to repeat that info later. And by the way, I didn't even look at the dates of when it came out. I didn't do the numbers on Rihanna or nothing, okay? Just real quick, let me see when she was born. And by the way, Trump's birthday, 6/14. 6 times 14 equals 84, okay? And I told you Trump's going to get his head wound on 84. When was Rihanna born?
Rihanna was born on February 20th, 1988.
And look at that. She's born in 88. That's, Trump equals 88, the number. What else? 22. Oh, look at that. That's his numbers. That's his text numbers. 22088. Isn't it 88022? His text number? Or am I mistaken? Rihanna's birthday.
Rihanna was born on February 20th, 1988.
His text number is 8822. 88022. Get it? Because February's the second. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna break this phone. I tell you every time because the lighting is so. It's not letting me focus. Right? Right? It's his text number is 88022. That's what that would be backwards. 22088. You know. I just want to make sure I was right about that. Hold on. So the Ohio used to be the heart of it all. Okay. Now they changed it with God. All things are possible. You see that with the God connection. You know. Whose dad owned lots of Cincinnati? What are you guys talking about? Whose dad? Trump? Who are you talking about? Yeah, there's a Kirkland, Ohio, right? Speaking of all that Kirk stuff with his Charlie thing. There's a Kirkland, Ohio, right? And kill equals 44. Just like anti equals 44. Yeah. I told you that. Hold on. Hold on. There was a lunar eclipse on Trump's birthday. Yeah. Yeah, when he was born, Trump, he was born under a blood moon eclipse. And Trump is also born on Flag Day, and he's born on World Blood Donor Day. Not just Blood Donor Day, but World Blood Donor Day. This dude is everything about blood, you know. Anyway, yeah, God bless all of you. Anyway, I'll repeat that Rihanna info later. Where was this creature born? Is Rihanna? She's born in Barbados or something? What? Whatever. Anyway. When was ASAP Rocky born? Isn't that her? No, that's not her. Who does Rihanna's husband? Yeah, it is ASAP Rocky, right? When was ASAP Rocky born?
ASAP Rocky was born on October 3rd, 1988.
Oh, he's born in 88 also, huh? Like I said, I didn't look into all the, the date things, connections. I'm not worried about that right now. I just want to show how it's the Ohio connection, and that, because Elvis is the real Antichrist. Trump is the Antichrist in the flesh. I forgot to mention that. Elvis is the real Antichrist. Trump is the Antichrist in the flesh. And why is that? Like, what are they doing there? Because when Jesus, who is God in the flesh, when he was walking the earth, God was still in heaven. So God was on earth, but God was still in heaven. Because the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, these three are one. They work, they're three, they manifest as three, but they're one God. And there's only one God on the throne, folks. Okay? In heaven, you're going to see God, Jesus, on the throne. Let me tell you something. So that's what they're doing. Trump is playing Jesus, God in the flesh, who's going to be crucified and rise from the dead like Jesus did. But of course, it's going to be a counterfeit version of what Jesus did. And then you have Elvis, who's God in heaven. And that's why Trump gave him the Presidential Medal of Freedom Award. And what did he say about Elvis? He goes, he's the true king. Is what he said about Elvis. As he was playing How Great Thou Art, and when he's saying Lord God in the song, as he's giving him, the award. But of course, Elvis wasn't there. He was dead already. He did it. He gave it to him on November 16th, 2018, when Trump became president. He gave him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which I connected to Charlie Kirk wearing the Freedom shirt. Go watch it under the live stream section of this channel. But anyway, so let me show you this. This is just a side note of something. There was a winner the other day on this stupid show called America's Got Talent, which I wouldn't even be bringing it up if it wasn't for the fact that what this creature's final song was. So they do a final where they're up against one other person or something, and they sing like one final song to persuade the judges or whoever that they're gonna win, the win it. And this is what, listen, who won America's Got Talent this year? Oh, who won America's Got Talent on September 24th? So again, let me just show you this. So this is the person that won it. So it says Jessica Sanchez. All right. And let me show you why this is important. Okay, first of all, the September 24th connection is important too, but Jessica Sanchez wins America's Got Talent just the other day. Okay. And let's find out what song she sang. What song did Jessica Sanchez sing to win America's Got Talent? Look what song she sang. It's a Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. By the way, Bruno Mars was a Elvis impersonator as a child. But anyway, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. Look what the song is called. Die with a Smile. So you have the die in the song, okay? And look when, so that's what she sang, this Jessica Chan, the winner of America's Got Talent. When was singer Jessica Sanchez born?
Jessica Sanchez was born on August 4th, 1995.
Look at that. She's born on Trump's birthday, and she sang a song called Die with a Smile. I'm just saying, it's just it's just weird, right? That she would sing a song called, Die with a Smile, and she's born on August 4th. That's all. Like I said, this is just a side note, no big deal, I guess, What, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's, like I said, I'm not sure if that one's such a big deal. That could just be a coincidence, Hold on, let me catch up to the chat before I keep going. Yeah, Elvis had a song called Devil in Disguise, one called Trouble, wherein that's the song Trouble, where he says, I'm evil. He says, yeah. Elvis is a strange character, man. You gotta watch my videos to get the whole thing there. Okay, now, this is something I've shown. Now, is it possible that, check this out, is it possible that they put a double in front of the world and actually do it? I'm not saying that this was going to happen, folks. Understand that I believe it's just going to be another, somehow they're going to make it look real, if you understand what I mean. What song was released on 8/16? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That song was released on Elvis's 47th birthday. What song was that? But I remember we talked about it. What song was that? What song are we talking about? Tell me what song you're talking about. The Die with a Smile, right? That one? No, Die with a Smile, right? The Lady Gaga song? Is that the one you're telling me? What do you mean I misspoke? What did I say? What did I say was wrong? June 14th is Trump's birthday. What did I say? 6 times 14 equals 84. What did I say? Did I make a mistake earlier? What did I say? Which part was the mistake? Tell me what I said that was a mistake. So yeah, if I didn't say it correctly, yeah, 6/14 is Trump's birthday. 6 times 14 equals 84. I said Obama's birthday is August 4th. That's the day Trump gets his head wound, on August 4th. What did I say wrong? Oh, I said Trump's birthday was 8/4. Okay. Yeah. I see. When I pointed at the girl's birthday, yeah, I meant to say that's when Trump's gonna get his head wound. Sorry. Yeah, August 4th is when Trump's gonna get his head wound. Thanks for thanks for telling me. I think that's when I said it, right? Anyway, yeah, so that girl who sang the song Die with a Smile, which is Lady Gaga's song, but that's the song she won on, was born on August 4th. Yeah. I didn't even check from that date, from 9/24 to next August 4th, what the amount of days was. Like I said, I'm being really lazy lately, folks, because I'm tired of this, man. You guys don't understand. I've been talking about these two predictions, these same two predictions for all these years since Trump was in office the first time, because I know it's going to happen. That's why I've never stopped. I'm 100% it's going to happen, not 100%. My two predictions are going to come in of June 11th, Washington State event. Get out of Washington State. They're going to take a chunk out of Washington State. All right. It's going to turn into a graveyard, Washington State, on June 11th. And then the Trump head one on August 4th in Ohio. Now, let me keep going here. All right. So I told you guys about, I was trying to say about how are they going to do this event? Okay, so that's what all this, Trump being a target, supposed, for the people who've never seen my videos, go watch all the things that have happened to Trump, on the day he got his ear clipped, supposedly. Let me just show that real quick. Man, this video is ending up being a lot longer than I want it to be. Give me a second here. So this is Trump going back to Butler, Pennsylvania after he got his ear clipped. Of course, we don't buy that nonsense, but he got his ear clipped, went back to Butler, Pennsylvania. Look what he says.
Time, it is 6:11, 12 weeks to the minute that the shooting began. I would like to ask everyone to join me in a moment of silence.
So they do four.
Time, it is 6:11, 12 weeks to the minute.
So 6/11, he says, my first prediction of June 11th, he got his ear clipped exactly at the time, 6/11. Then he says 12 weeks. 12 weeks is 84 days. Okay? So he went back to the place where he got his ear clipped. He went back there 84 days later. And he says 6/11. And then he says 12 weeks, which is 84 days. And then he gives 4 bells, which could be like the 4 days later he wakes up. Or it's just a warning. The warning bells meaning death or mourning or whatever, You think that's a coincidence? Come on, man. Anyway, so let's say he's a target, right? Let's just say he's a target. And could it be possible? Because, Trump always looks different. Have you noticed that? So what if they, in order to do this, in order to make this look super real, what if they did do it in front of, I'm talking about like regular people and not what we saw with this last person. Forget that one, okay? You know what I'm talking about, what just happened just recently with that Charlie dude. But, because, we don't, go watch my videos if you want to know what we think of that. But what I'm saying is, I saw something that kind of made me think about it. I was like, what if they were to put a double or somebody that looks like him and they actually did take it out? I'm not saying that they're going to do that. I'm just throwing out a scenario. What if they were to do that and put a decoy in there, And the reason I'm saying that you know, the reason I'm saying that is because it's funny because I was talking about this one picture, By the way, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. I believe it's all going to be BS. Whatever you're going to see is going to be um, AI, whatever. We'll see how they pull it off. If there's even video of it, who knows what they're going to do. So let me just show you what I showed before with this particular. He's like the number one baseball player, folks. This guy, this Asian dude, which I've shown a whole many videos on. Look at this. This dude's name, he's like the most famous baseball player. All right. And by the way, he used to be an Angel. He was playing for the Angels. Now he plays for the Dodgers. So this dude's name is Shohei Ohtani. And notice what he's got in the middle, okay? And I'll tell you why he's so important in a minute. But look, Shohei Ohtani. Like I said, he's the number, and they call him Showtime or something like that. All right? I remember doing something on that too. But anyway, look. Ohio. Ohio. Okay? So notice it's got the Ohio right in the middle. Okay? And why is that important? Because look at the number of the jersey he wears. He wears the number 17. Ohio is the 17th state, right? And you know that the word EL means God in Hebrew. It equals 17 EL. E is the 5th letter, L is the 12th letter of the alphabet. And the Q equals 17. And Trump was born 17 years before JFK was taken out. Okay? Trump was 17 years old when JFK was taken out. And what did I do with it? Anyway, like I said, Shohei Ohtani, you have the Ohio in his middle. Like if you add the names together like that, Ohio, and his jersey number is 17. Ohio is 17th state, right? Trump is the 47th president. Ohio equals 47 in gematria. OHIO, and Obama's born in Hawaii. HI is how they abbreviate Hawaii. Okay, and I told you the O's are crowns or portals or heads or faces or rings or a womb, portal, a matrix, like I said. But it's Hawaii's abbreviated HI. Obama's born on 8/4. And Hawaii's area code is 808. And that's when Trump comes back, I told you, 4 days later. He opens his eyes 4 days later. But anyway, so Ohio equals 47. Trump's 47th president. Now, if you were to take out the word Ohio out of Shohei Ohtani, like take out the O-H-I and the O, the 4 letters, O-H-I and O, look at that. You get Shaitani. And in certain languages, Shaitan means devil. But look, I mean, obviously it's not exactly, but Shaitani, look at that. If you take out the word Ohio out of his name, right? And isn't it interesting that look what that equals? So if you were to take out Ohio out of Shohei Ohtani's name, it would leave Shaitani. Shaitani equals 84. And then Ohio equals 47. You see what I mean? It's and Trump is the 47th president. And he's going to get his head went on 8/4. It's in his name. That's my point. And by the way, he was born 48 years after Trump, this Ohtani baseball player. I mean, I'm just saying, I thought that was interesting. There's much more to this. But why am I bringing up this Ohtani dude? Because guess what? First of all, you know that the word dog is like God, right? And just like the word cat is the Antichrist initials, TAC, CAT backwards, the Antichrist initials. But anyway, dog is like the word God, right? Isn't it interesting? Watch this. Watch this. Look at this. Why am I bringing up this character? What is Shohei Ohtani's dog's name? Let's look if we can find his dog's name. Look at that. His dog's name is Decoy. It was all over the news recently. Okay, I think he might have another one by now, but when it first came out, dog is named Decoy. Isn't that weird? It's a Japanese name called Decopin. Decopin. But anyway, it's Decoy. You see what I'm talking about? Decoy. I wonder what, and you know what decoy, yeah, I know. Who names their dog Decoy, right? I mean, it's a pretty good name, but I'm just saying, where'd they come up with that? So, Decoy, the only thing I could come up with on Decoy, I didn't, I just, I didn't look up, somewhere. I just remembered what the numbers are. So Decoy is almost the word devil. It's three out of the four numbers equal devil, or it's the word hell with a crown, like hell O. The O is a crown or a portal. Decoy equals the word hell with a crown or a portal, the O, the letter O. So it equals exactly the same as decoy and hell with an O. But anyway, so that's basically it. I could have done a lot more with this, but just real quick, let me show you this. Satan equals 55, right? Do you know that Trump, if he gets his head wound in Ohio, like I'm telling you, because I know for sure it's August 4th, the date. Okay? I'm 100% about the date that Trump gets it, but I'm not sure. I'm not like 100% sure it's going to be Ohio. I'm like 99.9. But Trump had one in Ohio. Trump lives in Florida, and Trump's born in New York, right? That's a 17 state, 27 state, and 11 state. Look what it adds up to, 55. I mean, just saying, what's the chance of that? You know what I mean? And Trump is the 45th and 47th president, and the 44 is the kill number. 27 plus 17 is 44. You see that? And 17 and 11 is 28, and JFK was killed in the 28th state, and you understand what I'm saying? 17 and 11 is 28. He was killed in the 28th state, JFK. But anyway, I could show you so much more with JFK because so if Ohio's the 17th state and JFK is the 28th state he was killed, that's 45, 28 plus 17. And JFK was born in the 6th state, Trump's born in the 11th state. See? 6-11. Do you see what I'm talking about? 6-11. They're all connected to each other. That's my point. And the year that JFK was killed, Elvis was 28 years old, Trump was 17. So I told you Trump's going to get his head wound in Ohio, the 17th state. JFK was killed in the 28th state. And that's how old Elvis was when JFK was killed, 28. And Trump was 17. And that's why Trump has to get his head wound in the 17th state. Okay? Anyway. It's all connected, people. But anyway, let's get back to the last thing before I end this. Let's go back to what we started the video with, which was the Rihanna thing. Because that's the main reason why I did this video, really. You know what it means? They said the word decopin, which is the word for decoy, I guess. It means flicking. Like flicking. Flicking. It's got the king in it. Flick king. Oh no, I'm sorry. It means flicking someone's forehead. Look at that. It's connected to the word head. So decoy, listen to this. Decoy, which is the Americanized version of his Japanese name, Decopin, which means flicking someone's forehead. Can you believe this? Are you getting that? What I just said? Hold on. Right? That's crazy, right? It's talking about the head. Yeah, wow. Oh, and the dog, and the dog was born June 18th, 2023. We should check the amount of days. You know what? Let me check that before I do the anti thing. I got to check what the date for that is. 6/18 to Trump's head wound day. I got to see it. I wasn't going to do this, but let's do it. I could show you so much stuff with the dates, but I didn't want to do this. But since I accidentally came across the dog's date, let's look at it. This is funny. Let's see what we come up with. Let's see. $1,144 days. I mean, there's connections, but forget it. Let's see what else we got here. What kind of dog is it? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. What kind of dog is it? What kind of dog is Decoy, Shohei Ohtani's dog? It is a... What in the hell? Who can figure out what this is? I can't tell what this is. Good luck saying that. Nederlands Koekerhanji. What the heck is a Nederlands Koekerhanji? Nederlands Koekerhanji, whatever. Anyway, let's end this video. Hold on. Oh, here's the picture of the dog, I think. Yeah. They made a big deal. Listen, the reason I'm saying this because they made a big deal about it all over the news. They were saying how he named the dog Decoy and stuff. It was like headline news. Why is Decoy the dog so popular? Let's see. Decoy is popular because he's the beloved companion of superstar baseball player. Yeah, we know that. Appearing by his side at award ceremonies, championship parades, and even throwing the ceremonial first pitch of Dodger game. So, yeah, so they're making a big deal out of the dog, you know what I mean? So there you go. Ridiculous. There's one last thing on this. Let me look from... give me 1 second here. I'm wasting too much time, man. Forget it. Wait, what did I miss? There was an infamous case. Put that in the comment section because what? Yeah, put that in the comment section. I'm too confused right now to. I don't even know. I told you I'm tired, man. I haven't slept. I don't even know what you wrote there. But it looks interesting. Oh, let's go back to this. Yeah. Images of a red Ohio on a map. Okay. So look at this, folks. Like I said, one of the viewers brought this to my attention. I don't remember who now. It doesn't matter. But you see how it looks like blood is coming down, you know what I mean? So this is the Ohio on a map. There's the state. That's the way it's shaped, right? And yeah, I know it's kind of like a face if you went sideways, like the nose is sticking out. You see it? It does look like a face a little bit, like the nose is sticking out and the lips. Does it look like Trump? The lips kind of look like Trump, like if you went sideways, like right under the nose part. You get what I'm saying? But forget about that. Anyway, so it's a blood red, like you know what I mean? It's the Ohio, right? Now watch. Anti by Rihanna. Look, see, it's called anti. Anti equals the word kill. It came out in 2016. 216, August 4th is the 216th day of the year. And that's the year Trump was elected, Anyway, anti. And that's the year Obama was 55. Satan equals 55. And, Trump was 55 during 9/11. But anyway, so, oh man, what did I do? Sorry, folks. What did I do here? Rihanna anti. So look at it. It looks just like Ohio. That's the point. Look at that. It's in the shape of Ohio. They're telling you that there's going to be blood, man. Okay? That's the shape of Ohio. And look, there's a crown over the person's eyes. What is this? Look at that. But is this a crown too? Yeah, they're all crowns. Look at that. So it's the shape of Ohio, and it's blood red. Like blood is coming down, And it's a crown. I didn't even notice that the first time. Stupid. I didn't even see it because my eyes are so bad that I have to, widen it or make it bigger for me to see it. Anyway, folks, that's it. Yeah, it looks exactly like Ohio, There was a license plate one time on TV. There was this big deal with this dude. Let me look. Watch this. Man with God on his license plate, Ohio. Yeah, he was a Kentucky man. Listen to me. Kentucky is the 15th state, and 15 is the letter O, which is the crown. This dude, look at what he had on his license plate. This was all over the news, folks. This is no joke. He had "I'm God," okay? And what is the license? Look at where it's from. Oh, sorry. Ohio. See that? So this was all over the news a few years ago when I was showing it. And I believe, I'm not sure, but is that August? I can't see the thing. I got to get a better version. I had a better image of it on my old videos. I believe it was August, it said, but I can't read it now. I can't read that one. This side right here. Yeah, I can't read it. But you understand what I'm saying? And look, his hand looks like a snake. But look, it's Ohio and it says I'm God. And this was a big deal all over the news that he wouldn't change his license plate. Okay? Let me look at his name. His name was Ben Hart, a man who drove with the Ohio license plate I'm God for over a decade before moving to Kentucky. So anyway, they were trying to get him to change. And he ended up winning $150,000 or something. Yeah, well, man. Has Braille on the crown. It had Braille. Are they saying that it was blind? Oh yeah, that's another thing. Maybe because one of the eyes of the Antichrist is supposed to be blind, right? Or injured. One of his eyes and one of his arms or something. Yeah, Trump absolutely knows. Yes, he knows that he is the image of the beast. Yeah, he's the Antichrist in the flesh. And any worship of Trump is the worship of Elvis. Any worship of Elvis is the worship of Trump. Because it's the same thing with Jesus. Jesus as the Son of God and the Father in heaven. The worship of Jesus is the worship of the Father. The Father worship is the Son. Because just like Jesus said, I and the Father are one. That's why all glory, the Father gave all the glory to the Son, and the Son gave all the glory to the Father. That's because they're working in unison as one, Why are you guys saying August 07? Oh, it says August on the thing, on the little red sticker. Yeah, you guys, man, you guys have good eyes, man. I can't see anything. So it said August on the sticker. And then it said 31. 3 plus 1 is 4. So I don't know. I don't know what else it said, but yeah. So it was August on that red sticker. Huh? Jane, I have no idea what you wrote there. I have no idea. But anyway, God bless everyone in the chat. But I will leave this video up for you guys if you want to watch it. You know, like I said, the album is called Anti, man. I should have looked what was the release date for the album called Anti? Wait. Oh, I must have the wrong thing here. Hold on. Rihanna's album Anti release date.
The initial release date of
January
Anti
20.
was January 28, 2016.
1/28/216. Well, I might as well look that up. Then I'll end the chat. I think I looked it up already and there was nothing to it. By the way, I have so much on the JFK and Ohio and all that stuff connecting with Elvis and Trump. I've shown it over the years. I told you I have no. I'm just too lazy to keep showing it, man. I can't do it anymore. I told you it's coming to an end, folks. I told you this. I can't do another year of this. This is it, man. No more after this. I'm so tired of it. Give me a second, folks. This is the last thing I'm gonna look up here. Anyone who got in late, you got to watch from the beginning. What am I doing wrong here? "10 years, 6 months, 8 days." I mean, listen, there's connections, but who cares? I can't. There's connections with the numbers. But nothing I want to explain here. Forget it. Anyway, all right, folks. Yes, you're going to have this one's even going to be more. I believe it's going to be more of I'm not sure if it's going to be a shot. I think it's going to be more of a, because the first time my prediction dates came around was in 2018, and on that date there was a presidential assassination attempt. On my first time when I was predicting August 4th as Trump's head win, that date there was a presidential assassination attempt on the Venezuelan president, and it was with drones. Okay, 2 drones exploded. So could it be that they're going to use drones as which they've been showing some predictive programming on that too, because supposedly Iran and all that other nonsense. But like I said, they already did the shot thing, with this ridiculous story in Butler, Pennsylvania. Let me play that again one more time to show how ridiculous that is. Listen.
Time, it is 6:11, 12 weeks to the minute that the shooting began. I would like the time. It is 6:11, 12 weeks to the minute that the shooting began.
How crazy is that? That he got his supposed ear clipped at 6:11, the time. So he's telling you my prediction date of Washington State. June 11th, Washington State gets struck. You got to get out of Washington State before June 11th. Get out. All right? Washington, they're going to take a bite out of the Apple State. All right? Just like they struck Manhattan, which was in New York, the Apple, the Big Apple. They're going to strike Washington State, the Apple State. Okay? On June 11th. And it's the beast out of the sea, man. And the beast is Elvis. The beast that rises out of the sea. Okay, either his name, the number of his name, or his image, or all three. The beast out of the sea rises. Okay, I don't mean a literal beast that's going to come up. I just said either his name is the number's name or his image, which Elvis is already here anyway, his image and everything. But somehow they're going to make that a connection to the mark of the beast. And the beast that rises, one of its heads seems to have had a deadly head wound that was healed. And that's the Trump event on August 4th in Ohio. Okay? That's all I can explain right now. We'll, like I said, only time will tell. All right. No. There's only one. There's many antichrists, of course. all the presidents are antichrist, all the politicians, all the people who work for these scumbags. But there's only one that's going to be the real antichrist. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. They're copying God. Elvis is the real antichrist. Trump is the image of the real antichrist. Like I said, they're copying what God did. All right. All right. End of video. Like I said, but I could go on all day with all the connections. All right. You got to watch my live streams. Go to the live section of this channel. That's where all my recent videos are. All right. Anyway, end the video. I'll see you guys in 12 to 14 hours with another live stream tomorrow. I'll leave this one up, okay? Anyway, end the video. Jesus is God.